Konnichiwa, it's Dan here. It's Monday afternoon. Got home from school a little bit ago and was hanging out with my homestay mom and talking and making some more plans for next week. And next week, I'm planning on kind of not going to school very often because I'm going to be repeating a module, and it's a very easy module. So I'm actually going to be going to a bunch of places, but I don't want to talk about that right now. I want to talk about what happened over the weekend in Tokyo. So first off, on Friday, I went with a friend from school to go meet with a couple of his friends in Nagoya, and they were both some Japanese women, and we went to a izakaya, which is like a restaurant bar kind of place, and like the tables inset into the floor, and it was a lot of fun. The guy that I went with, my friend, doesn't speak a whole lot of Japanese. He just started learning, and I wound up talking in Japanese to the two girls almost like the whole night just by myself. So it was an awesome practice for me. And then every now and then I'd translate for him or from him to the two girls because they don't speak a whole lot of English. So it was a really great night, and it was the first time I tried warm sake, and I learned some words for when you drink it and how to drink it. It was a lot of fun. We stayed out till midnight, 1 o'clock, something like that, and then my friend and I got a hotel room and crashed in Nagoya because the trains they had stopped. But then the next day, on Saturday morning, I hopped on the Shinkansen, the bullet train, and headed for Tokyo. And slept most of the way. I wanted to take some pictures, but every time I saw something that was cool, it would be gone way before I ever got my camera out. Just the bullet trains were so fast. It was pretty cool. It was like flying on the ground. So it was pretty cool. But so after I got off of the bullet train, the first place that I went to was Akihabara, which is like the electronics district in Tokyo, and it was really cool. There was just store after store after store after store after store of electronics and manga books and videos and just all kinds of nerdy things, I guess you'd call them, and there was a lot of times when I first got there, I'd just go into the stores that were along the street, and I started to realize that they were really small. I kept wondering, well, I figured there'd be a little bit more to this, and the street wasn't really long. It was long, and then there was all these side alleys that I never went into. But I started realizing that all the buildings had at least 7 floors, if not more, of more parts of the shop that I was just in. So halfway through, I was like, holy crap. So I started going up the floors and looking, and one floor would just be computers. Another floor would just be MP3 players. Another floor would just be cameras and then phones, and it was amazing. It was a computer geek's wet dream going through this place. I mean, I know a little bit about computers, and computers are fun, but there was so much that I was just I had no idea what it was. You could go there and build your own computer. You could go there and buy your own computer. There was just all kinds of crazy stuff. So I went around there for a while, and I was starting to get hungry because I'd had breakfast a little bit, but it was more like a croissant or something like that. If you've never heard of it, I went into they're called maid cafes. And it's where all these little Japanese girls are all wearing maid uniforms, and they talk in the cutesy Japanese, where every word they add meow to the end. It was really weird. Yeah, it was kind of bizarre. It was interesting to go into and see for one time, but I'm pretty sure I would never go back. It was just a little too strange. There's a lot of things in Japan that are all really cute, and I'm not into cute stuff, and the high-pitched girls' voices was way too much, and I felt like I was going to have an aneurysm. And I had some takoyaki there, some of the octopus balls that I posted a video a few weeks ago about, and they were really good, but after that I just left. But so then after Akihabara, I went to Mimo Co, which is a big shopping district. Just street after street and corners and stalls everywhere. Stalls on the street, and then there'd be shops that were like, it'd be like a shopping mall inside of a part of a building, and there would just be shops. It was ridiculous. I saw a lot of the same things, or more similar things, but there was just so much. There was food and clothes and just anything you wanted to buy. I think you could probably buy there, besides electronics. There was just clothes. I bought some old traditional Japanese socks. I don't remember the name for them right off the top of my head. Yumi. I threw the receipt away. The ones with there's only the toe slit in them. So I look like a ninja when I wear them, or I feel like a ninja when I wear them. And then bought a set of home clothes. It's like a yukata, but it's for warm weather or something. And then some cool stuff that I'm looking forward to taking home and wearing or using in my house. So after that, I cruised around there for a long time. And all Saturday it rained. The typhoon wasn't nearly as bad as I was expecting it to be. It did rain fairly hard Saturday morning, and it kind of let up a little bit in the afternoon, but it did rain all day. I went and checked into my hotel, which was a capsule hotel. The little tiny boxes, like coffins that they put you in. And I got the deluxe one, and they were having a sale, so it wasn't that expensive, which was nice. But my deluxe coffin was actually very big. I was expecting it to be smaller, but I had so much room. I could fully sit up inside of it. There was a TV inside, and it was quite comfortable. I was surprised. And warm. But I checked into the hotel and changed into, like, they have this, not uniform, but they have clothes for you to wear the whole time. So I changed into my clothes, and I was having a orange juice or something like that. And I got an email from the homestay family that they found a place that for a Halloween party to go to. So I went to a Halloween party. I got my normal clothes back on and went to this Halloween party and met a bunch of new people, which was fun because for the first time people actually came up to me. I went up to a bunch of people and tried talking to them. Most people in Tokyo, though, wanted to talk to me in English. I didn't use my Japanese too much besides at the hotel and a couple other small places, asking if somebody would take a picture for me or something. But at the party, just everyone wanted to talk to me in English. There was a lot of Germans at the party, too, which apparently the bar owner is German, so I guess that would make sense. But so I had a lot of fun at this party, just met a bunch of people, and nobody danced. There was music, but it was pretty much just, they had belly dancers and this little like dance troupe that did hip-hop dance or something to some songs. It was kind of funny when the belly dancers were on. As soon as they started, the entire crowd, every single person stopped talking, moving, doing anything, and they just all stared at these girls belly dance, which was pretty entertaining. Like the girls, guys, everybody. And I've been to Renaissance fairs, so I've seen that stuff before, so it wasn't too new, but it was still pretty funny. Although the ones that I've seen, all the girls are always fat, so it's never fun to watch. These girls were all Japanese, and they were actually slim, which was, I guess, a first for me. So after the whole Halloween party, I went back to my hotel, and they had an onsen, which is a hot springs, not hot springs, not a natural one, but like a big hot tub bath thing, and it's communal. So everyone, and it was all guys hotel. There's no women can stay in this capsule hotel. So what you have to do is you have to bathe first and scrub yourself down and rinse off before you can get in the onsen, which was nice though because I had been freezing cold and soaking wet from it raining all day and then walking around, and I was just tired. So it was nice to take a shower and then get in this onsen, and it felt so good. It was just so relaxing, but it was entertaining because when I got in, there was a bunch of guys in there already, and I said, "Oh, excuse me, sumimasen," I wanted to get in with it, and two of the guys just left. They just got up. They got up and got out, and I thought that was kind of entertaining. And then a couple other guys moved to the complete opposite side of the onsen, and it just made me chuckle. I don't know I don't know if I'm scary looking. I keep getting that a lot. The trains, no one ever sits next to me. People will stand up way before somebody will sit down next to me, and usually the only people that do sit down next to me are old guys or guys about my age that usually dress more punkish. So that's kind of always entertaining. So I stayed in my hotel room, got up the next day, and went to the Imperial Gardens in the morning. I went at a perfect time because it was early in the morning and not many people were there. It was sprinkling, but not really raining very hard, and it was nice just to kind of walk around. It wasn't so much of a garden as a big park to me. They had a little koi pond with trees and bridges and all kinds of stuff, and then there was this huge open area where I could see, 200 years, 300, 400 years ago, whenever this thing was built, of it being an immense castle. And I got to climb up to one of the spots where one of the most impressive castles used to be before it burnt down. But the commanding view that it had of the valley was pretty impressive. And it was just kind of neat to walk around and kind of relaxing.